Back into Skypixel. Go ahead and grab my dailies. Knock that out real quick. No, none of that realistically matters if it's not Hypixel XP or Skyblock XP. Why do I have... I was like, why is that little bit of lag? Blessed bait finally. Damn, that's sneezing. God damn. Price of the red scarf went down by a whole bunch in that was like a day and a half. Mm. Late as hell at night, but you know, we here for it. It's only, you know, midnight for me, and I have another job interview in the morning. Last I left off, I was doing some dungeon grinding and everything. Deciding that might be what I do today as well. Let's see. a less than a day left on my cookie box, so I'll have to buy another cookie tomorrow. Did I put anything up on the H? I did not. I'm good. I'm running around with my head cut off. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Any and all advice is always welcome as well. Because I haven't played Skyblock in quite some time. And I'm back to it after all the recent changes and everything like that. I actually rejoined for the year 500 event and joined right before it started. And I kind of got a lot of progression done off of the kind of artificial boosting that comes from just being there during the year 500 event. Like during like the cake raffles and everything like that, you can get a lot of skill XP without ever touching a skill. So I've done minimal fishing, and I mean like I have gone and done like the basic quests into the backwater bayou, and I'm already fishing 19. Like that's how much XP I got just simply being there for the raffle, accepting all the gifts and stuff like that, giving gifts out to people and stuff. And I ended up loading a lot. Now, granted, I've grinded out an absolute fuck ton, but, you know, we can look at my skill here. I'm level 82, and when I was level 62, I had already hit Combat 22, and I was on the Crimson Isle. And I don't remember ever accessing the Crimson Isle back in the day, so when I finally got there, I ran into the issue of not knowing what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing, because I'm only doing like 35k damage at the time. And don't get me wrong, I may be up 20 levels or whatever. I am not up that much in damage, as you can see. I'm only hitting around 45k now, which, you know, that fluctuates constantly. But at the same time, you know, I'm on the Crimson Isle. I'm like, I'm only doing like 30, I think I was doing 35k damage at the time. And I was asking high level players, you know, people that have been playing longer than me and more hours than me, you know, like, hey, what should I be doing? What is the average gear I'm supposed to have around this time? You know, what does the rank look like? And the only response I primarily got was, how the fuck did you get to the Crimson Isle at level 62? And also, please go do literally anything else. Stop doing combat. So, although I've been running dungeons, that's mainly to raise my dungeon rank. Because it gives me access to more gear, and I do genuinely enjoy running dungeons, and it's such a long process, but I do understand that I probably should be doing at least 100k damage before doing dungeons, just that way I can actually participate more when it gets into the higher floors, because right now I can handle up to floor 3 without fucking dying, but even on floor 3, like, it's taking a little bit of concentration to not get smoked every time, especially going into like red rooms and stuff like that and having to fight like the Watcher. Like, I can get smoked quite easily if I get overwhelmed in that room by myself and I'm not properly looking at my healing and I'm not clicking as fast as I can when it comes to damage, which I know we just had an entire healing revamp and a whole bunch of things changed, so I might want to go check that out and figure out what's going on there. But, you know, I genuinely don't know hold on a second. I gotta change my loadout. I genuinely don't know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing at this stage of the game, because I mean, just so much has changed over the years, and it feels like I'm constantly at a loss. So, trying to figure that out. I know I should probably go do more garden and stuff like that, but it's such a boring thing to do. Like, it numbs my brain sometimes to just sit there and do that. And it's one thing when I'm doing, like, off-camera grinding and off-stream grinding and stuff like that, when I'm just sitting there and... Because I was on Twitch for a while, but I'm deciding to come back to YouTube, but... It's so mind-numbing, really, to just sit there and do that. And it's easier to just watch a TV show, and I'm not going to do that while I'm streaming. You know, I'm not going to sit there and, like, watch an anime or watch a movie while I'm just sitting there streaming and grinding out garden rank. I was like, did I genuinely not get on this roof? I'm just retarded. But yeah, so we're probably going to do a little bit of dungeon running and stuff like that, just because it'll feel a little bit easier. I don't think... I know I need to do some mining. That is one thing, because I do have a goal. Hold on a second. Let me pull up my bookmarks. I do want to get precursor gears to reforge all of my armor and everything like that for dungeons, and for regular combat trials and everything like that. Because right now I can do tier 4 zombies, like tier 4 zombie slayer, tier 4 revenants, whatever you want to call them, tier 4 revs. I can do tier 4 revs pretty confidently in about 17 seconds or so without taking too much damage. I can generally out heal them even without using my wands, although I sometimes will pop my wand just because I'm the kind of person that I like to have that comfort. But again, haven't tried that since the rework. What the heck? Oh, somebody. It's those random coins that drop on the ground. Let me pull out 50k. Let me do that. And let me put up my dungeon orb. Swap back over to my combat loadout, which I'm running necrotic adaptive helmet and then 3 parts fierce for adaptive. Although I can tell my boots still need to be able to work. I'm trying to figure out why they're not as high. I don't know how to. I feel like gear score doesn't matter, but I'm also like looking at like the health and defense. I'm like, even like the helmet is higher. I feel like I'm missing something here. And like again, obviously I've only got 2 stars on each of them for dungeons, right? And I don't have hot potato books on any of them. I'm running 3 parts molten and 1 adaptive belt, right? Which I could do all 4 parts molten, but honestly I don't really care because I'm not doing Kudra right now. And when I do go to do Kudra, I probably will swap out adaptive belt for the molten belt, I think it is. But I also plan on swapping out the molten bracelet for the dragon fuse glove, which is just stupidly expensive. That's my only problem right now as to why I haven't grabbed it. Because my aspect of the dragons gets buffed drastically by using it. You can see I get 35 damage, 50 strength from doing it, and I get an extra 5% crit damage, which will go a long way. But at the same time, if we go here and look at my combat stats, I'm already... Oh, wait. It'd be helpful if I held my sword, because that changes the stats. When I'm holding my sword, I already have 102% crit chance, so I'm critting no matter what. 100% of the time, I'm going to hit a crit, and I'm going to crit for 527% of 588 strength, right? So, like, that's my base damage, I believe, is 588, and then 520% of that, I believe, if that's how that math works. I know that I can go to the nerd calculator villager, and he'll tell me how stats and stuff like that work, although sometimes those numbers hurt my head, to be honest. And right now, although I'm doing around 45k damage, I'm going to go ahead and test out doing a tier 4 rev just to see where I land. Because, actually, wait, hold a second. I want to cancel that. So, okay, so it looks like it's the same. Yeah, so it looks like it's the same, although I know that they did change some of the stuff. But I don't know if that only works for high tiers or, like, tier 5s and above, or if this also applies to tier 4s and stuff like that. Little prick. Hit me before I can hit you. I know that a lot of the healing revamp was... I looked through the patch notes. I know that a lot of it was mainly to deal with the fact that they didn't want players to just be standing in one corner one-shotting all the time or not taking damage. They wanted characters to think about what they're doing. That sounds like it's overly loud, so I'm going to drop that. I normally don't keep it at 100% all the time anyways. Mainly because I don't like yelling when I'm doing my streams or my videos. I really prefer not to. Also, weird thing about deformed revenants, right? Why is it a deformed revenant does more damage per second than an actual tier 4 rev? Because if it's a mini-boss, it feels like it should be doing less damage. Yet somehow, it does more. Now, clearly, as you can see, like, because I have lifesteal on my sword, I can heal back pretty much most of the damage this guy does to me besides his major hits and everything. Although, clearly not everything. Even had to pop my wand there for a second because he got me down to half. That's nutty. But I could still do it. Took me 16.2 seconds, and that was pretty slow because obviously I wasn't trying my hardest. I wasn't trying to pin myself in a corner and land every shot correctly. So I could probably do him in about 15 seconds now. Okay. Can't get into my little spot. By the way, this is my favorite spot to absolutely say. If you're sitting here grinding out revs and stuff like that and you need to get away from the zombies so they don't hit you, like you're doing tier 1s and tier 2s and stuff like that, highly recommend just jump up here. Nothing can get you up here. Because I don't think anything in here... actually, I know nothing in here has a throwable. But I did just hit... let's go in here. I did just hit tier 6 zombie slayer just the other day. So now I get to work on going to tier 7, which does get me the full Reaper set and everything like that, which I would like. But let's see. I am currently at 20,000 and I need to get 100k more. And each, let's see. Yeah, combat level 25 to even start a tier 5 rev. And I can promise you, I'm not doing 500 zombie XP, right? Zombie Slayer XP. I'm not doing 500 XP for, you know, let's just call it 80,000 because I just did one right there, which bumped me up 500. I can promise you, let's see, what is that? So that's 80,000. Let's see, divide that by 2, right? So it's like, what, 400 or 40 or 400? I don't know. Somebody do the math for that. But I'm definitely not doing that many tier 4 revs just to get up to tier 7. Like, I'd rather start doing some tier 5 revs to get up to tier 7. So, probably going to go ahead and start doing some more. Yeah, definitely going to go ahead and knock out some I'm going to go ahead and knock out some Sven Packmasters. I think that was a tier 3 that I'm attempting to do, which should be fine. Like, hopefully that's not too big of a problem. By the way, if my teleporting is annoying, just say that. But obviously, I prefer more efficient forms of combat. That's what I'd prefer to do. Or not combat, movement. I hate waiting. Hence why I keep an AOTE on me, even though I'm obviously on an AOTD. And at some point, I would like to move over. I might move over to Mage, because honestly, they kind of nerfed the hell out of Melee in recent years. That's the way it feels. I remember Melee being a genuinely viable option into the mid and late game, but honestly, it feels like it's not. Because I see most people running wands and everything like that now, or running Archer, which, again, I've done those profiles before. You know, I think I made it to in Dungeons, that when I remember Dungeons came out and I came back to the game for that, I think I made it to floor 5 on Archer, which was not easy and was not fun by any means at all, but it is something I did. And another pet peeve of mine is using Dragon's Breath, the magical ability to come off the AOTD. It doesn't work on any bosses, and it barely works on, like, any, like, mini-bosses, or... Actually, I don't think it works on any mini-boss at all. Okay, well, it works on these, but I think it doesn't in Dungeons. And I just hate that there's too many mobs that it says, oh, magic doesn't work on this creature, or that kind of magic doesn't work on this creature. All magic should work on every creature, and I stand by that. Okay. Clearly. Did I just get a legendary hound? My god. Never saw that coming. That was stupidly rare. Let me pull out a radiant orb, although this will not help much. Kiddo? You want to come back here? Okay, kiddo. Guess we're gonna have to use the fucking water pools. I know I've got the damage upload for him, but I clearly don't have the, oh shit. I clearly don't have the, healing for him. Oh, fucking puppies. Luckily, I can deal with them relatively easily. I'm just absolutely sending their ass away. Trying to get the... I want to get the fucking Packmaster guy. I can see your health bar dropping. This is way harder than it should be for me. Because I can tell I don't have the damage up, but I honestly just do not know how to raise it anymore than it already is. Like, I feel like there's something I'm missing, right? But, I mean, I'm working on my accessory bag upgrades, and... Stop that puppy. Right? Griffin! Or Casey, my bad. Got onto the wrong animal. Sitting there drinking water like they haven't had water in 700 years. But I know I need to be doing more damage. And hot potato booking my gear, like my armor, obviously wouldn't do a damn thing, realistically, besides just raise my health and defense score. And that's helpful, sure, but that doesn't help my strength and damage output as a whole, right? And I know that there's got to be something stronger than the aspect of the dragons, but I really don't know what sword I need to move to that does more damage, that doesn't cost me like 70 million coins, which I don't have the money for, to be honest. You know? Okay, so these are all the swords that have crit damage as a part of them, right? Katana would be great, but I don't have E-Manslayer, like any of the katanas. Well, not the lowest one, obviously. Doesn't do me any fucking good. But... something like the Vorpal Katana, 8 million fucking coins, requires E-Man 5. I'm not using carries, okay? I refuse to use that. Void Edge Katana, decent sword, but again, not using carries into E-Man, and I can't do E-Man until I... Well, actually, I can start E-Man now, because I... Do you need Packmaster 3 or 4? I can't remember. No, let's check real quick. Yeah, so that was Packmaster 4. 2 million and 440 damage per second. And the problem is the true damage. The 200 true damage per second just eats through, right? Now, I think... yeah, I can actually start the Void Gleam Seraphs now, which... I don't even know where I fare for this. Because if you have to finish Tier 4 Sven before you can even consider a Tier 1 Seraph, I feel like the Seraphs have to be relatively strong. But for it being that cheap, I also don't know. Null Void. Yeah, Null O Void, my bad. I'm thinking of Ben 10. Null Void. Soul Flow. I know I need this accessory because this does help. I don't exactly know how. Overflow mana. Which I thought they got rid of Overflow mana from the game, so I don't know if Soul Flow is going to be gone. Because they changed out healing from, like, healing items from requiring mana to costing Vitality now, as if it's a separate stat. Soul Flow Engine. That's a minion upgrade. And Soul Flow. Why would you just collect? Not entirely sure. Okay. Yeah. Final Destination armor, I think... maybe? Maybe? I don't know if Final Destination armor should be my next armor set. You know, 200, 100, 100. That's a great boost in intelligence and everything like that. But let me go back to my loadout. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, maybe I should be going for E-Man 3. Maybe that's the correct move. Maybe that's my next set of armor. Again, I'd love it if somebody would tell me, but I don't exactly know. Yeah. Hey, yeah, they did do the rework to the Mastiff Crown, and I think... was it the Shaman Sword? No, or is there like an... I think there's another weapon that comes in Wolf Slayer level 5. But I know that they redid the Mastiff armor sets. Or armor set. Which... I could grind out 6 tier 3s to get up to level 4. I was just being very slow about it, and I also obviously have only done up to Broodfather 3. I haven't started Broodfather 4 yet, which I don't think I can clear. I'm going to be completely honest. Got the full Tarantula set. I don't have it myself because I don't ever get these like armor sets that are dedicated just to doing the Slayers. Although maybe that's something I should be doing. Maybe that's something I should be working towards, because Tarantula, I've gotten tons of this and just sold it. And Enchanted Iron, these stacks are cheap. Even if I wanted to buy them from the Bazaar, this is cheap as hell for me to get. Or I could just grind it out, because again, that doesn't take like any time at all. And I think Tarantula Fang, yeah, it does require the Recluse Fang, which requires the Spider Sword, which you can buy that for, yeah, fucking 25 coins, sure. Yeah, not shit. Spider Catalyst a little bit more expensive, but I've gotten probably a dozen of these drop so far, even though they're not the most rare. They're not the easiest to get either. I'm using Tiger Pet right now, and Ender Dragon would help some more as well, because it would up my AOTD. If I got Ender Dragon along with Dragon Fuse Glove, that'd be great, but, you know, like, a Dragon Pet right now cost, I think, like 150 mil. If we go down here, drop it. That's the Cloak, Dragon's Nest. Yeah, cheapest one is 134 mil, and I hate grinding out money. I'm going to be honest. I absolutely despise it. Although being able to buy a level 74 off rip for 135, wish I could just have a small loan. That'd be great. 12.5 for a Dragon Fuse Glove is not bad. I'm close to that anyways, which is what I've been working up towards, and I'm going to continue to work up towards that, because this will be a large step up, right? I feel like 35 damage and 50 strength will be a considerable extra damage, and then you get the 5% crit buff, and then I go ahead and throw, I think, Blended on there, because I don't know about equipment reforges, right? Also, I don't qualify for like half these fucking weapons. We'll get back to that here in a little bit. Reforge, stone. Let me disable the weapons tab. And then equipment. So these are all the reforged stones that I can use on equipment, which most of them don't fucking help, right? Mining Fortune, Heat Resistance doesn't do me any fucking good, because I'm not going back into the Crimson Isle anytime soon. Crit Chance on Blaze Wax does help, but again, I'm already maxed out on Crit Chance, so doesn't really matter for me. Blooming Thorns doesn't do me any good, because it's not for, you know, farming armor. I don't use the spook stat and everything like that from the Halloween. I know that there's some people that have managed to make that work all the way into like tier 5 dungeons. I don't exactly get it, but I'm not going to do it. Farming Fortune, mining stuff, which I've got Dwarven Treasures on my Dwarven kit. I don't know if I have it on every piece. I think I should at this point, but I'll have to double check that. Bouquet doesn't do me any good. Meteor Chunks I'm not going to do, because I don't think 25 raw defense across 4 pieces, like, so 100 defense, I don't think that's going to help me more than, you know, something like, you know, Searing Stone, sure, you know, which gets me 6 strength. Not really the best, but not that bad either. I feel like there's more that I'm missing. Hold on a second. I think it's Bazaar, Oddities. Where's Reforge Stones? Of course, the server's getting rebooted in a minute. Let's do that. Go back to the house. Oh, got a BC area milestone. Every little bit of that helps. 1 health, and there we go. We're almost at bestiary level. Oh, my neck. Oof. We're almost at 55, so that'll give us another 150,000 combat XP, which won't do a darn thing. Oh, we just went over to combat 23. I didn't even notice. I'll set up my crit chance a little bit and gave me a little bit of money. Just completely bypassed that in my head. A little bit more damage to mobs in general, so that's nice. But okay, still working on getting up to 25, because 25 we get more power stones that we're able to use. Although I don't think I'm going to use any of them, because I believe I'm already using the best ones that I have. Let me check. If we go to loadouts, I'm using Bloody, but I was using Shaded before that and Silky before that, because I was going for crit damage, but I learned that strength obviously does matter. If you can't do a lot of damage if your crit chance is based off your strength stat. If you don't have a high enough strength stat, it doesn't matter what you multiply it by, right? Because 100 times 0 is still 0. So I thought Bloody would be better because it kind of evens it out. I'm getting an even amount of strength and crit damage, so I feel like that was the better option. And the attack speed is obviously nice. Hit attack a little bit faster. Intelligence always helps because that means that I can spam my AOTE to get out of situations. And before the healing rework, I could spam my wand a little bit more. But again, that's not doing me any good right now. Real quick, I do want to look at the Hound Pet. Hound, legendary. So maxes out at 40 strength, 5 ferocity, which I thought ferocity was getting dropped, but I guess not yet. 25% attack speed, not bad. 5 coins per monster kill. Increases the chance for monsters to drop their armor by 30%. And gain 1.5% combat XP against wolf. Not bad. I could sell that, make an easy 7.8 mil or 7.5 because I probably undercut. I don't know. I would appreciate any and all advice as to what I should be doing in the future. Because again, I wouldn't say new to this, but I'm definitely newer than most people in their brains, right? Just to recap, like that's where my attack stats are sitting with my, well, second. I saw a few more people join the stream, so this is just a recap of my combat stats for where I'm sitting at. I would like to know how to boost my damage output and my survivability a little bit more. I know defense does matter, but I feel like there's still something else I'm missing, you know? Tiger Pet is great as well because it's giving me more crit damage. I'm getting ferocity, which while it's in the game, I might as well make use of it. I don't know what they're going to do to the tiger afterwards, right? I don't know if they're going to drop its ferocity, if they're just going to convert it to attack speed, or how they're going to deal with that. I don't know. But I would like to try a little bit more new things, as long as, you know, it does me some good. Let's see, well, I don't know why my dungeon orb won't go in this corner. Maybe it's because it's always where I put my healing items. I guess so. Weird. Pull the radiant orb back out. I'm gonna drop that bottle off the edge. No one gives a crap about runes. Do that. Undercut on my red scarf again. Sucks to suck. I'm not gonna sell those revenant flesh or those wolf teeth for now because I might need them for some crafting here in the future. But I just don't know what I need to do to get my attack stats up and everything. But for now, we can warp to the end. I thought I already had the portal for the end. Well, there is a solution, even if you don't. Visit portal and travel to the end this way. Give it a couple of seconds so that it recognizes I'm here. I guess I haven't refreshed my cakes, which, new player or not, every couple of days you should come do this, right? I know that's been a thing for years, is always come to like one of the portal hubs, come get your cakes. These last for 48 hours, and they reinforce every base stat in the game, and it's always helpful. It's never a bad thing. You could always do with an extra 1% or +1 sea creature chance, +5 mining fortune. Like, every little bit truly does help. I know if I'm going to come out here and do seraphs and everything, I'm going to clear those out real quick. Come here to Maddox. We're going to try a tier 1 Void Gloom Seraph, and we're going to see if I get absolutely smoked. So it should only take, let's see, Zealots. Oh, wait, no, that's talking about my eyes, which I don't know if you guys see that. It took me, yeah, right around 900 kills to get my second ever eye. Absolutely horrible. Yeah. Which it looks like there's a lot of people here farming Zealots, probably farming for Summoner Eyes, which is a good thing. I'll be doing that while, I mean, I'll always appreciate getting an eye while I'm sitting here grinding out for trying the first E-Man Slayer. Oh, and they're doing a dragon right in the middle of me doing this. Well, that's something. Wow, my aim is absolutely garbage today. Wow, I didn't do any damage to that guy. I was just... Oh, wait, I did do damage? Oh, that's right. I forgot I have Dragon Seeker. So one arrow must have just bolted straight towards him. Which, where are the fragments? It's the only thing I realistically care about. Yeah, the 4 little fragments I get. Somehow, 4 fragments of a dragon still are worth less than getting crystals, which... I could go back to doing that, but, you know, you have to wait on people for that the entire time. You have to wait on other people to do it, because I'm not spending... I think it's, like, nearly 10 mil in coins to summon 1 dragon right now, if I remember correctly. Look for summoning eyes. Yeah, 1.5 mil, so you need 8 of them. Yeah, so let's just... So that's 11 mil right there, if I did my math correctly. Or 12 mil? 13, 14? I might be retarded. I don't know. It's definitely a lot of money that I don't have, which I don't appreciate. So we will not be doing that. Oh. We have to teleport up here first. I care more about the fragments then. Oh, I thought it said I got the final blow for a second. I was like, that is nutty. I don't know how the hell I do that. But I got 2 fragments. Not unhappy with that. I will take that. That's some money. I don't know if these guys are sitting here grinding out dragons right now, but if they are, I will definitely participate in getting some free money. If that's what you guys want to do for me. Getting 2 protectors back to back is pretty crazy, though. Oh, we have a stage 3 endstone protector right now. I mean, granted, I don't need the endstone protector right now. Oh, wait, why did I go this direction? He's over here. Crazy. Didn't know that anybody was grinding that out right now. It looks like... I don't know if anybody's trying to get one out again right now. Crystals or eggs almost back, so we'll give it a second just because I don't want to pop tier 1 Seraph right now. Although I will go do this. I will trigger his dialogue and sit in here. Apparently I never finished this quest, so I might as well. Egg is back. It doesn't look like anyone's trying to pop him right now, so I will take that. Okay. But we do have people grinding out summoning eyes. Still don't think that zealots should drop eyes. I still think it should be the seers, whose head is literally a giant fucking eyeball. Can I not use... Change it instant. Kinda lame. Can I not use zealots for E-Man anymore? I could have swore that used to work. Did they change that at some point? Because I've noticed, like, they should have been more than enough experience to pop a level 1. Do I need to use regular Enderman? Holy crap, I do. Wait, no, because it says I've already got enough kills. Okay, so yeah, it was just not showing me the number on there. If you see on, like, the right-hand side of my screen, it just wasn't showing me, but I go out here and it shows me just fine. Okay, so I only need to kill, like, 1 more of these guys. Maybe, like, 1 or 2 more. Oh, wow. Okay. I guess, I don't know why you would need to beat something that has 2 mil health to deal with something that doesn't have 2 mil health. Kind of strange. But alright. Shows you what I know about this fucking game. That's why any and all advice is appreciated at any time. I'm never going to be one of those pretentious assholes that tells you not to tell me something. Receives negative 75% ferocity while not active. Interesting. I wasn't really caring about ferocity that much anyways. I mean, I do have it, obviously, because it does help. It's basically just another version of attack speed. Less health, but more damage per second. I can see that. That makes sense. Let's be retarded out here and see what happens if I try to take on a tier 2 when I don't even know what that's going to do to me. This is probably a horrible idea. But again, we live life dangerously. If I die, I die. It's fine. I'm only going to... Actually, I'm not going to lose any money because I have a cookie buff on right now. And my God Pot's still active, I believe. As evidenced by the fact that I'm still moving fast. Because the second my jump boost and movement speed goes away, I can be pretty sure that I'm just killing those guys because they have a chance to drop items. That would be good for Dragon Essence. But what was I saying? Having to do counter rotations on these people because, man, they are moving way faster than me and just annihilating everything in sight. Having to get to the spawns before they do, which is only mildly annoying. Then again, zealot grinding is really common for money. How much damage? Okay, so I'm doing 48k damage. 49k. So about 50k damage to, or 49k damage to everything down here at the bottom level, which isn't bad. Not bad by any means. But I still would like to get that number to 100. I know I could go for more shards, but I'm still not fully understanding hunting. Like, I finally do get it to a degree now. I understand it more than I did before. But that's such a new skill to me that it's still, like, something I have to actively think about and wonder how to do. I don't know if y'all also have to focus on what you're doing at any given moment, but I do. I have to hard think about just about everything I do because it's just not quite the same as some of these professional players. I'm definitely no Duralius, and that shows. Or Toadstar, the end-all be-all king of Skyblock. I still don't think there's anybody bigger than him when it comes to the Skyblock YouTubers. The only other person I've ever really liked watching is Duralius, if it's not Toadstar, but man, my one problem with Toad is that he just doesn't post often enough. I know his E-Man profile, or like his Iron Man profile, like, there's not a whole hell of a lot to do on Iron Man. Like, sometimes you're grinding for 7 months before something interesting happens when you get to the mid to late game. Which, obviously, nobody wants to watch that, but at the same time, you know, he started a brand new profile recently where he's playing normal, but he's blowing through it so fast, and he's streaming a lot of it, which I appreciate, but if you can't catch the streams, you know, or you don't want to go back and watch him grinding out and stuff like that, I don't think his videos are long enough and include enough content. Because he's under the impression that, you know, oh, all you guys have seen this before, or, you know, this is nothing new, nobody wants to watch this. I'm like, I disagree. I want to watch it, even if I've seen it a million times. Even if you're doing 700, you know, Revenant, like tier 1 revs, still want to see it. I don't know why, but, you know, I'm those kind of people. It's like, I want to hear every little bit of knowledge you have, and like a little bit of advice and stuff. Because it does matter for someone like me who struggles to get out of the early game and definitely has always struggled to get a better understanding of what I should even be doing in the mid game. And I'm sure there's some people that will completely disagree with me and say, oh, early game's easy and mid game is just about grinding money to get to the late game, but that feels like a weak excuse for you not wanting to explain to me what I should actually be doing without being a dick. Because there's plenty of people that'll love to tell me what I'm doing wrong, but there's nobody that wants to tell me what I'm doing right, kind of thing, you know? I could be like, oh, I don't know why you're running this gear when you should be running this gear. You know, it's like, okay, well, why should I be running this gear? Well, because the gear you have sucks. It's like, that's not a reason, nor is that helpful in any way. Stop that. I'm gonna pop out just for a second, just so I can see where I'm at. Okay, so I'm about halfway through my rope to Sarah. So wait, that was 57. I just killed 2, so that should put me at 59 if that's the same. Did I miscount? Maybe I did. Should I realistically just be running these guys out here? Because they're much easier to go through. Yeah, you get the big stacks in the corners and everything. And I noticed they did nerf this as well, because I used to run this route, right, constantly going for, where is it? They're called, nodes, I think. Yeah, these things right here. These things right here used to be stupidly profitable, because about in 20 minutes, I could get, like, 3 Titanic XP potions and immediately make, like, a mill. Like, it wouldn't take me about 20 minutes to start making a mill. And I had no problem grinding that out, because grinding out combat XP, right, grinding out items that you can use to get some dragon essence and stuff like that, like the Ender stuff, not a problem. Love those, right? And even if I didn't want to sell the XP bottles, they're going to be useful later for me doing my own gear and stuff. Let's see. I'm at 75 out of 89 kills. I pop in. I'm going to go ahead and get this up to, like, right at the last. Okay, there we go. I am at 88 now. There we go, I'm blind. I was like, I know I'm facing the wrong direction somehow or another. Okay, let's see how bad of an idea this was. Yep. Bad idea. That guy smoked me in an instant, and I didn't even notice my health get dropped until I was at 400. Yep. Okay. Lesson learned, that was dumb. What have we learned, chat? We have learned that Noble is not all that smart. Wait. Oh, okay. 234. Yeah, that's what I'm grinding up, is to get more zealot luck. Oh, I missed this before. Okay, so this is good as well. Now, I'm pretty sure you can buy essence, but... Okay, well, if the server's too laggy, let's go home. I'll give it a second as well, because it doesn't like me doing anything right after I do that. But I'm pretty sure you can buy dragon essence, right? Apex dragon shards. Dragon shards. What's a dragon shard good for? Komodo dragons, your essence attributes are 2% stronger. I don't exactly know how that's beneficial, but I'm sure it is. Power dragon shard, definitely beneficial, but 200 grand a piece, woof. Dragonfly, okay, that doesn't matter. Apex dragon shard, combat wisdom. Okay, not bad. It wouldn't... Dang, half a mil for that, though. And you'd need 5 of them just to get that +1. That's nuts. 1% more dragon essence. Not as bad. Well, if I was using Dragon Shortbow more often, which I do use Dragon Shortbow, obviously, whenever I'm doing, like, Dragon events, which is, like, you know, the winter event, or when I come here into the end and somebody's doing Summoning Eyes. So Seer Shards are not a bad idea. Plus 2% more damage while in the end. Is that per stack, or is that maxed? I don't know. Okay. Either way, that's not what I was looking for. I thought you were able to buy essence directly from these shops. Which I guess I'm... Oh, no, I'm not wrong. You need to have Kata 20 for Dragon to buy Dragon Essence. That's unfair. I stand by that. Because my dungeon rank, or Kata rank, is 12, which I didn't realize I was so close to 13. But even with their rework, you just do not make enough XP. Like, my god. Without the mayor, I think, that increases XP you get while in dungeons, and, like, the cost of chests being lower, like, you just do not get Kata XP nearly quick enough. And I think it mainly does have to do with successful runs, but, dude, getting a good lobby to do successful runs on is, like, they're always so pretentious. They want to do floor 2s, but you have to have a minimum of Kata 30 or something like that for S tier runs. It's like, no, you don't. I've done plenty of S plus tier runs where me and my entire 5-man team, like me and 4 other people, will be level 60 or lower, like levels 30 through 60, running early game gear, right? Nothing too extreme or whatever, and can do S plus just fucking fine. And then you have these pretentious guys, they're like, no, I need to have tier 35s, like Kata 35s and higher, because I want to do it in like half a second. I'm like, that's pretentious, and you're an ass. And I stand by that. Not auction house, but bazaar. Hold on a second. I was interested in this. I know dragon horns are better than dragon claws, but weren't dragon claws like... Yeah, dragon claws were for armor, right? Or are they for weapons? Oh, for weapons, and they'd be fabled. If you have an answer to this, tell me, is the fabled better than suspicious? Because I thought it'd be better to have the higher crit damage, but would the actual strength with lower crit damage percentage be better? Am I the dumbass here? Because this is 1.5 mil for a dragon claw to be used on a weapon, whereas I think suspicious vials, which I think I have another one on me, yeah, are 76k right now. And increases the weapon damage by 15. Like, am I the dumbass here? I don't know. Like, I don't feel like I am, but at the same time, you know, I might be wrong. So you tell me if I am or not. We'll go ahead and get these sold. Get those sold. And then knock all that off. I'm gonna go to my sacks. No, it's not called a sack. Slayer sack. Wolf teeth. Because I'd rather get the best price I possibly can for this stuff. Again, I'm very broke, so I'd rather have the best money that I can get. If I can pop this for 55k. And again, I always do 2 days for everything. Because, you know, some people don't get on for a couple days. Those arrows on my inventory. Oh my god, I just realized. When you run seers, they give you arrows, and I hate that they automatically go into your quiver. I understand why they do that, but I disagree. Right? Get out of my inventory. Clearly, I only run emerald-tipped arrows for a reason. I dislike it that they can auto-go into your inventory. Can I disable that? No, I can only clear my quiver. That's kind of dumb. Kind of dumb, but okay. Let's see. We'll go ahead and start another tier 1 Seraph. Because it wasn't that hard. It wasn't that hard. How did I pull up Odin like that? Oh, right shift pulls up Odin. Learn something new every day. Didn't know that. I've been typing that in manually this entire time. If you guys don't know what Odin is like one of the easiest mods you can install that's not illegal to my knowledge. I see all of the most popular YouTubers and streamers that do Skypixel type stuff. All of them run Odin, Skyhoney, and Skyblocker and stuff like that. Like run these generic mod packs, which if you want to know the mod pack I am using, I know you can't see my screen right now, but I will still say it out loud. I'm running Skyblock Enhanced by KD Gaming off of Modrinth, with the fabulously optimized pack thrown in. I have the two mod packs combined because I would rather not lag every time I try to start up Minecraft. Oh, actually, wait, I was about to drop down there, but knowing what I know, I can just pop every single one of these guys. Oh, look, I was undercut. Also, whatever mod in this mod pack that tells me that I get undercut on my offers, I appreciate that. Although at the same time, don't put too much heart into like the fact that you're being undercut, because when no one's buying, at some point your order will go back to being the cheapest. You know, just keep an eye on it. Wait a couple of days. If you see it go down drastically, then maybe do something about it. But if you don't see it go down drastically in a short period of time, like, you know, the item was 200k and now all of a sudden it's worth 50k. I honestly wouldn't put too much. I wouldn't put too many brain cells into it. It's not that bad. Okay. One more kill, and I'm gonna take him in this one. Yeah, he doesn't do nearly enough to me for that to matter. Wow. I got a lot right there in that short period of time. And that should put me at Enderman tier 1. Yes, sir, it does. So, you know, $32 null spheres for a Voidwalker katana. Crafting materials cost 15k. Lowest price for a Voidwalker is 2.5. Is this the meta for making money? Can I undercut this guy by like $500,000 and just sell him for $2 million and that actually work? You know, we're gonna try it. Small experiment here. Give me 1 second. I'm very interested. Null spheres. So I need 32 null spheres. So we go in here, and it's not that much money. Buy 32 null spheres, and then we'll hit up my boy, the lumber merchant. Which, by the way, lumber merchant, Maddox, two primary contacts I will always run. Stand by that, because being able to buy all the tools immediately right here for whenever you're wanting to create minions just makes it super easy in the early game. And being able to just pick up a stack of sticks whenever you need. Voidwalker katana. Okay. Now, if I go in here, and I sell this for 2 mil, undercutting the other guy, set it to 24 hours. Let's see if that sells. If it does, brand new strategy unlocked. Which this can go in here into my random crap. These are all just my random tools and stuff like that. Random stuff that I use. I think it's pretty obvious how I have all my chests laid out. This is mainly combat and hunting. This is all of my minion stuff and my like whenever I get talismans that I can't use because I need like 6 more of these, I think. Carnival tickets go in here along with anything else that I don't have a sack for. Fishing, mining, and then all of my garden and farming stuff goes over here. Again, runes. No one cares about you. You don't do anything. I think there's only a handful of runes in the game that are actually worth some money. And if it's not those, why bother? A little bit of lag going on the server right now. Me calling him and him actually picking up is, you know, not that quick. Also, I see no one's running these nodes. I almost wonder if I should break out the pickaxe and run these for a second just to see how bad they nerfed it. Because I was told that they nerfed it, and that it's not as efficient as it used to be. But, you know, when you can make, you know, 5 mil in an hour, right? That's not nothing. Especially when you can grind out multiple things at once. You're grinding out combat, you're grinding out mining, you're grinding out money. Like, you can grind out 3 things all at the same time. I don't see that as a problem. Now, I'm going to drop down here. And you will be my last one. There we go. How's that handle? Wait a minute. Am I stupid? I feel like I'm stupid. You guys are yelling at me. I can tell. I'm stupid. No, serious. I already had 8 in here. Or, well, I had a few in here. Yeah, I'm dumb. Y'all could have said something. Nobody wanted to tell me I was being dumb. Man, I thought we was all friends. Let me put my dragon short bow up so I don't accidentally sell it. Because that's going to be embarrassing if I do that. Wow, that was like a solid 7 seconds in between the ending of the ring and him actually picking up. Back down here. Just because I don't like fighting on stairs. I'm gonna be honest, I hate doing it. So I always try to find myself a nice little, like... I always try to find, like, a nice little, like, flat piece of ground to fight on. Like, right here. This is completely fine. Throw down an orb, which I know only does, I think, 1 HP per second. Or 1% HP, I should reset. Okay, so yeah, that was like nearly 5 seconds that time. Oh, my headphones are starting to kill my ears. Ugh, I think I'm just gonna take off my headphones for a second. It's not like I really need to hear all the enemies screaming in pain every time I kill them. Appreciate that, Mojang, that you had to make it the most obnoxious noise possible every time an enemy dies. Like, I didn't know the annoying birds were dying. Hitting me. Get out of my range. This lag is allowing him to touch me. I'm doing a pretty good job of keeping him in range. 14 seconds to kill a tier 1 Seraph. That's about the same time that I kill a tier 4 Rev. Which, granted, they have... Well... If you count the invulnerability phases... Do they really have about the same amount of health? Because, yeah, it's only 300,000 health, but they do twice the damage of a tier 4 Rev. Like, 2.1 times the damage, right? And then they have 300,000 health, whereas a tier 1 Rev has 5 times that. But they don't have invincibility phases. They have a rage phase, which I think only procs if the fight is taking, like, 30 seconds. They'll turn into a rage monster. Which basically is more like the game letting you know, hey, you're not ready for this, so you should probably come back and try harder. I think the only thing I wish about all the Ender Gears, I wish that it wasn't soulbound. I think I get why is because they want you guys to do the quest and everything like that every time, but I think that's a little annoying. I feel like maybe your first item should be co-op soulbound, and then, like, you can't buy them or whatever until after you complete the quest. I feel like there's easier ways to go about this. Also, I see a purple, which I know that I said that runes are crap, but did that guy get in a boat? Oh no, that's a seraph. That's not a runed. That's not a runed or an enchanted mob, whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called. Something they drop runes. That's all I care about. As I know that they do that. Creature is immune to this kind of magic. Why is it immune to this kind of magic? Still won't understand that. I think that was my last one to get to tier 2, right? Yeah. Yeah. Enderman Slayer level 2. Oh, and that's Skyblock level 34 for me, or 84 for me. I'm sorry, 34. Flow. So that's 90, because I'm lazy and don't feel like doing math, 76. How did me typing that in get a Ghoul Buster? Skeleton Master Boots. Oh. 90, I guess, was just 90 and 14, but I guess both just show up in those two items. Cool. Soul Flow. Soul Flow Pile can be crafted for 40k and sold for around 200. Okay. Also not a bad money-making method, but that's only like a... Well, it's technically 5 times, but you're only making about 4 times in profit. Not bad, but really slow if you're going to do it that way. Not like something you can flood the market with a few of. Like, you would have to flood the market with a lot of these to grind up a good bit of money, which would end up tanking the price down significantly. So we needed 74, is that right? We need 76. We needed 76 null spheres. By instance, 76. We'll do that. And then we'll go back into here, craft this, and give me one of them. And that is one more green tier accessory in my bag. And that will give me, I think, yeah, I don't need to see that message. I know what. Weird. Does that give me another point? My stats. Optimizer. No, I guess not. Oh, that's right. Every 10 MP grants me 1 tuning point. So I need 5 more magical power, which I thought they renamed it to accessory power. I guess they're still waiting on that. I guess there's still a few things that are yet to come. Visit portal and go back. Give it a second. Again, because I don't know why you have to wait like 4 seconds for this game to register that kind of stuff. We're going to drop down here. We're going to go turn in all these items. Can I just salvage these items to you? Okay, no, I can't. How the heck did I get a raw chicken? Oh, I'm stupid. My base. Nope, not that. thought I should have already had that. Why am I still on small? Combat? No. Collections. Combat. It's rotten flesh. Oh my god, it's rotten flesh 7. There is part of me that wishes you could just buy the progress for some collections, because I don't feel like writing all that out. Ali Fakan, what's up, bro? How you doing? Put all my items back where they're supposed to be. There, put that there. Let me go ahead and... I'm trying to do it that way. Sell that instantly. Sell that instantly. And again, when it comes to runes, you can go straight in the trash, you garbage item. You should have just been free from the get-go, or something else. Ooh. Special Zealot. That Zealot just dropped me a crystal fragment. Hey. It's not an eye, but shit. It's definitely free money. I'm gonna keep coming down. I don't know how many Endermen that was. Let's call that 7 or something. Let me go back to my accessories. What does that do for the soul flow thing? So, how do you get soul flow? Oh yeah, wait. How does one get soul flow? How does one get soul flow? Piss off, runes. I've got literally one thing that has a rune on it, and that's, I think, that's, whatchamacallit. I have a, what is that bow called? It's the fancy one that shoots 3 arrows. Can't remember what it's called. I have it on me. No, I don't think I put it back in the museum. Dang, I don't know what it's called off the top of my head. Man, why am I... Am I retarded right now? What is going on? What is the name of this bow? Instant bow, sulfur bow... Runan's bow. That was what I'm looking for. The item that most people know from League of Legends and not from the many amount of stories it has. I'm sorry. I didn't notice there was a player there. I apologize for that random player. Didn't mean to be the guy that stole your kill. That is my little bit of help to that guy. I believe the only loot you get from, like, assisting people is, like, the lowest tier loot. Like, how you get, like, Revenant Flesh from Revs and, whatever those damn Enchanted Pearls that I just bought were. Not Enchanted Pearls, obviously, but that other item looks just like it. Null... Not Null Ovoids. Whatever they're called. How many tries it takes me to get up here. Might be partially brain damage, but that's okay. Okay. Let's go back to my auction mode. Let's see if Voidwalker Katana sold. It did not. Oh, I heard somebody place an eye. Was that person serious about that? Oh, somebody placed 2 eyes. Need to do this, but in the chance that I get a shard, and wow, I just lagged hard as hell. I lagged hard as hell, saw the dude for a brief second, my game locked up, which I'm sure you guys saw, and then I did 60,000 damage somehow. Yeah, you guys get, yeah, I'm seeing the stream. Yeah, you guys saw me do that. Porsche, I will not stop hitting the vape. I am severely stressed out, and it is well past midnight. I should be asleep. Although I'm sorry if you can hear it. That is my bad. I appreciate you looking out for my health, though, and telling me to not do something that stupid, but... I'm a little fiend right now, so that is what I will be doing. By the way, there is... Oh my god, get this ruin out of my inventory. There is a delay in the stream, so obviously I don't see what you... I see what you guys say. And you guys won't hear me for, I think, like 30 seconds, because I think that's YouTube's default stream delay. Oh no, my Lush Lilac has expired. That was sarcasm. Because I didn't even know I had one going. I see a special. Enchanted Endstone. Yes, that item that everybody wants so badly. Okay, guys, we're gonna go that way. I'm gonna go this way. Wow, I feel like I hit that guy first. I see you looking at me funny. Lord knows why I'm still awake right now. Like I don't have something to do first thing in the morning. Wow, the jump. I didn't realize it was 12 million health and 3,200 damage per second. No wonder I got smoked instantaneously. Is that not like a drastic fucking jump right there? Really, like... Yang glyphs. Stand next to them or die. Okay, yeah, I really don't understand how to do serifs, I guess. Okay. Don't think I'm going to grind out that many tier 1 serifs just to get to Enderman Slayer level 3. But at the same time, what the? Okay, if anyone that's watching right now knows, what does Soul Flow do? You can either type it in chat or I'm going to look it up. Let's see who gets there faster. Okay, so it just generates overflow mana. Which again, I thought they said something about getting rid of in the most recent patch notes. So well, no reason not to do E-Man Slayers while I'm sitting here grinding out Zealots. We'll see if it takes me 700 something Endermen or Zealots to get another Summoning Eye. Okay, none of that. Oh. Wow, that person is genuinely just mining endstone. That is kind of nuts. I don't know why you would do that. Okay. I finally got another summoning eye. It's like around 300, I think. And my boss spawn. Wouldn't it have been funny if I got those on the same though? $1.5 mil right there. Get rid of that damn rune out of my inventory. Always call the wrong person. Well, server reboot anyways. Let's see, what time is it? Wow. I thought it was a little after midnight. It is 1:37 in the morning. I blinked, and I guess I've been streaming for like 2 hours or something. That's revs. You know, should I risk trying to do a tier 4 Broodfather? Fuck it. Oh, wait, what? Oh, I already have. I didn't even realize I already set one. Crystal fragment off that guy. I appreciate that very much. Two crystal fragments, not that far apart from one another. Oh, I'll take that. That's a free like 300k right there. I don't know what Zealot Grinding's like coins per hour is down to now with its efficiency, you know? And also, whenever they measure those stats, I'm always curious how they get like the gold per hour and stuff like that. Like, do you have max magic find? Do you have no magic find as a part of that stat? Like, grinding that on like a high tier profile versus grinding that as a profile that would be just at this tier to be able to, like, let's say you just started doing 20k damage, right? So just barely enough to one-shot zealots and stuff like that, right? What is the actual rate at that point? Because I feel like that's an entirely different number per hour than if you're doing, let's say, you know, much higher damage, which maxed out magic find. Like, we can assume that you have the legendary, Grandma's Wolf, like, no matter what, right? Like, let's assume that, even though most people might not already have that high of a bestiary at this point. But let's assume you do. I feel like we're still not spitting out, you know, more than like maybe 2 mil an hour base level. God, there's way too many people grinding this right now. I need you all the fuck off. Granted, I'm not going to actually tell them to do that because, you know, everyone has a right to be here. I'm just an ass internally. I won't ever be mean directly to somebody's face unless they're just intentionally being, you know, a dick to somebody else. Let's just take that out, put that in, so we don't run into that issue again. Enchanted Eye of Ender. When did I pick that up? That's not as common as like an enchanted ender pearl. I wonder when I got that. I don't feel like I actually killed that first one. I didn't. Glad I doubled back. Don't know how he got angry at me before I even got to him. Definitely wasn't looking in his eyes. God damn. Sometimes I swear either I'm just misclicking or I'm clicking so fast that the server just doesn't actually register it. Gotta double back because that guy's going that direction. That one kill on a seer just put me over to 15. That's kind of funny. I swear I already had a higher seer. What? What is a Yang glyph? Oh, that's right. That was that thing I was reading about earlier. I feel like I should have. I feel like I should have procced that already. Should I not have already procced my Seraph, or did I just forget to call? Oh, I did kill him and just forgot to call. Next one. Okay. See, now I'm a little dumb. Pop in here for a second. Go ahead and get rid of this out of my inventory. And we'll take more crystal fragments, throw them in there. I have to stop here soon just because my brain is starting to get fried from all the Enderman sounds. Jesus Christ. Hey, it's up 3%. That's not my most damage. I've seen a higher number than that. Oh, I guess that was on a young dragon. I was going to say, like, I know I've done well over 1 mil before. I guess that was on a young dragon. Actually, wait, hold on a second. Let's go home for a second. And then we'll go into our sacks, combat sack. Pull out these ender pearls. Get them all stacked up. Nice and pretty. Mass sell those. Mass sell those. Sell those. Sell this guy. There's nothing in there worth keeping. Sell all that. Pop this over here. And if we go back to the hub, go to this guy, hit a random hub because I'd rather be in one that's not super laggy because of people. Go to the bank. just under 2.4. How much do I need for the Dragon Fuse Glove? Oh, it says there's one for 12. Hold on a second. Is that correct? Go to this, go to that, go to this. Blended Dragon Fuse. Oh my god, wait. No, I want somebody to snipe that from me. Haha. Finally. I know it seems like a bad idea, but at the same time, I've been trying to get a Dragon Fuse Glove for a while now, and I finally got it. I'm gonna lose 20 strength. And like 15 or, yeah, something like that, like 15 defense. But I get crit damage, right? And then I get the rest of it. Yeah, crit damage does come with it. So we'll do a quick test. Hold on a second. Equipment, reforged stones. Searing. Black's ways. Wait. God, I can't speak. Blaze wax. And 6% crit chance does nothing for me, so it really would be the Searing Stone just to get +6 strength. But again, I need to get Mining Skill 24, which I think I'm close to that. No, wrong thing. Oh, I'm already at 27. Oh, for some reason oh, that's right. I need to get to 30 for Precursor. Right? 30. Yeah, I need to get to 30 for Precursor. Okay. Okay. So I could run this +6 strength, but it's got blended on it already, which gives me extra crit damage, reinforces my crit chance, and gives me, you know, +1% to all these other little stats that realistically mean absolutely fucking nothing. Is there still, like, there should be more better enchantments, I think, like, or better default reforges in here. Don't you guys think? Like, Menacing exists, which, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like it's good enough. So it drops intelligence and strength in favor of health. Yep, don't feel like that's worth it either. Alright, so let's go do a test. $45, $45, $45, 46 on those, 45. Basically 45 on a basic, right? And then swap this out. And now we'll find some normies over here. 54. Oh yeah, so okay. So Dragon Fuse Glove was the smart call. It was a significant improvement. Yep. And we'll go ahead and take the Molten Bracelet, and we'll throw that back on the AH, which its average 3-day price is 400k. So yeah, we'll put this at 350k. And then so 2 days. I'll go ahead and leave that up there. Set this, put a void. Weapons. Lowest price. How is a void edge cheaper than a void walker? believe I nailed that jump from there. Perfection. Let's set this at just a solid mil. Right? Because even if it's at a mil, 15 grand to make a mil, well worth, right? Yeah, I don't care about you, market guard. We'll see how that goes. Was there any other... There was another dragon. There's dragon armors, dragon weapons. Draconic talisman. Oh, I can make this. $5.5 mil crafting value. Oh, yeah, ritual residue, which is stupidly rare in and of itself to even get, as far as I know. Pets. Don't show me the price of a dragon pet right now, which is weird. Wait, you can craft the golden dragon? Oh, yeah, that's right, the golden dragon egg in PC. I forgot all about this, but again, fucking $500 million for a golden dragon. While it feels excessive, at the same time, I know that that's probably correct. What is this? Dragon Tracer. Gravity. Why would anyone pay 9 mil to have +2 weapon damage? Okay, I pretend I understand that. Increases damage dealt to dragons by 1%, because that's what that means. It's, why 1.01 times? Just say 1%. Why would anyone pick a Dragon Fade Cloak up, right? Because, yeah, Molten Cloak, way fucking cheaper, right? Yeah, 10 mil for this. And sure, you can multiply these stats by 3 while on the Dragon Island, or on the End Island, but these are almost the same by default. I mean, not quite, obviously, because the health, you know, you get fucking 90 health instead of 35, or 30. But still, if you're not on the End Island, the Dragon Fade Cloak makes almost no sense to be using. Whereas at least the Dragon Fuse Glove works all of the time. And the materials. What are essence attributes? $16 of these will sell for $300K? That's not the worst farming method either, is getting Invisibugs. I mean, dang. That's not half bad. Okay, well, I'm at least doing 50k damage now. Like, pretty consistently. Still love the cleave ability. Happy about that. I hit at least one goal tonight, so I might go ahead and call it there for the day. to those of you still watching, because I know some of you have been here for a while now, and some of you just tuned in probably right now towards the end, so I apologize for that. But I appreciate you for tuning in. I'll go ahead and, you know, if I had half a brain cell. I appreciate you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next stream, which will probably be tomorrow.